Ignoring God's call can lead to unexpected and life-altering consequences. Think about it. What if the very moment you turned away was the one that could have changed everything? Whether it's a whisper in your heart or a nudge you feel in your gut, when you ignore that call, you're not just missing out on a divine plan. You might be setting yourself up for struggles you never anticipated. Today we're diving into 6 shocking consequences of ignoring God's call that might just make you rethink your choices. Are you ready to uncover the truth? Let's talk about the concept of God's call. For many, it can feel like a vague notion, something you hear about in church but don't fully understand. God's call can take many forms. Maybe it's a feeling to help others, a desire to pursue a certain path, or even a call to change your life in a big way. But what happens when you push that call aside? What are the implications of ignoring it? Loss of purpose and direction. When you ignore God's call, one of the first consequences is a profound sense of lost purpose. Think about it. God has a unique plan for each of us. When we ignore that plan, we might find ourselves wandering aimlessly, unsure of where to go next. This can lead to frustration and discontent. Without that sense of direction, you may feel unfulfilled, like you're just going through the motions without really knowing why. Many people experience this in their careers, relationships, or personal goals. Increased struggles and challenges. Ignoring God's call doesn't mean life suddenly gets easier. Often it's quite the opposite. You might find yourself facing challenges that feel insurmountable. When you're not aligned with your purpose, even simple tasks can become overwhelming. Imagine pushing against the current instead of flowing with it. This struggle can lead to stress, anxiety, and a feeling of being stuck. Many people can relate to the frustration of trying to succeed in areas where they don't feel called. Missed opportunities for growth. God's call often comes with opportunities for personal growth. When you ignore it, you may miss chances to develop skills, build relationships, and deepen your understanding of yourself and your faith. For example, stepping out of your comfort zone to help someone in need can teach you empathy and resilience. But when you choose to stay comfortable, you miss out on these transformative experiences. Reflecting on past missed opportunities can be a real eye-opener. Harmed relationships. Our choices don't just affect us, they impact those around us too. Ignoring God's call can strain relationships with family, friends, and even community members. If you're called to support someone but choose not to, that person may feel abandoned or overlooked. Additionally, when you're not living authentically, it can create a disconnect in your relationships. This can lead to misunderstandings and hurt feelings, making it harder to maintain meaningful connections. A sense of regret. As time goes on, ignoring God's call can lead to deep feelings of regret. Looking back at opportunities you missed or paths you didn't take can weigh heavily on your heart. Many people live with what-if scenarios that haunt them. The regret of not pursuing what you feel you're meant to do can be much heavier than the challenges that come with following that path. This can lead to a cycle of negativity that's hard to break. Spiritual drought. Finally, ignoring God's call can lead to a spiritual drought. You might feel distant from God, as if your faith is on hold. This disconnection can leave you feeling empty and alone. The relationship you once had may start to feel strained, and you may struggle to feel His presence in your life. This spiritual drought can leave you questioning your beliefs and wondering if you're truly on the right path. Now that we've explored these consequences, here's the challenge. How do we recognize God's call in our busy lives? With so many distractions, work, social media, personal obligations, it's easy to overlook those subtle nudges. It can feel overwhelming to even think about taking that first step toward following what you feel called to do. Let's dive deeper into why this is so challenging. Our society often encourages a focus on success defined by external factors: money, status, popularity. This can drown out the internal voice urging us to pursue a more fulfilling, purpose-driven life. We become so wrapped up in the hustle that we forget to pause, listen, and reflect. Taking the time to listen and respond to God's call can lead to incredible transformation. Imagine stepping into your purpose, feeling aligned with your true self. Picture the joy and fulfillment that comes from pursuing what you're meant to do. This moment of realization can be a turning point in your life. By recognizing the consequences of ignoring the call, you can choose to embrace it instead. Visualize how this decision can impact not just your life, but the lives of those around you. When you live in alignment with your purpose, it creates a ripple effect. You inspire others, create connections, and foster a sense of community. This can lead to a more fulfilling and meaningful life, both for you and for those you touch. The consequences of ignoring God's call can be profound and far-reaching. From losing your sense of purpose to experiencing spiritual drought, these outcomes can create a cycle of discontent. However, recognizing these challenges opens the door to change. By taking the time to reflect on what God might be calling you to do, you can align your actions with your true purpose. Life is full of distractions, but choosing to listen can lead to fulfillment, growth, and deeper connections with those around you. As we move forward, let's commit to seeking that call and embracing the journey it brings. If this message resonated with you, consider subscribing for more insights or check out our next video.